What is the difference between these two images?
I don't know. They look like two green caterpillars to me.
Actually, the one on the left is a caterpillar and will turn into a moth or a butterfly, but the second larva will turn into what is known as a sawfly.
A sawfly? What is that?
Sawflies are insects in the suburb Symphytha that are often described as stingless wasps. Many are mimics of bees and wasps, and they get their name from their saw-like ovipositor. When it comes time to reproduce, female sawflies will use this appendage to cut into plants and lay their eggs.
But why don't I see many sawflies around? Do I just think I'm seeing bees and wasps?
No, the lifespan of an adult sawfly is actually only 7 to 9 days. This is between 1 to 10% of a sawfly's entire lifespan, as its larva stage can last from a few months to even a few years. It is actually very rare to see an adult sawfly. On the other hand, gardeners have to deal with their larval stages all of the time.
Why is the adult stage of a sawfly so short?
Adult sawflies don't sting, are weak flyers, and are unable to even eat. Larval sawflies can live for upwards of 2 years depending on the species, and only at the end of their life do they change into adults for the sole purpose of reproduction and egg laying.
So the adults lay the eggs. What do the larvae do?
Larval sawflies are known as garden pests with some very interesting anti-predator behaviors.
What do you mean by interesting?
Well, sawflies group together for protection against predators. As larvae, they eat as a group and move as one large mass. It often looks as if their movements are choreographed. They're able to form this S-shaped defense position by raising their abdomen and tail to ward off predators. Along with this, many species of sawfly have larvae that can regurgitate foul-smelling and irritating liquids.
So you mentioned the sawfly larvae are pests?
Yes, while adult sawflies are unable to eat, larval sawflies seem to never stop eating. Sawfly larvae are herbivores and can damage gardens and even large forests. When hatching in large numbers, larval populations can defoliate trees and surrounding plant life. The diet of each individual species can be very specific.
Since the sawfly larvae eat so much, are they a problem?
In 2012, there was $80 million worth of damage done to the Montana wheat industry by wheat stem sawflies. Sawflies are a large problem for farmers. Wheat farmers can have their crop yield reduced by 10 to 15% by sawflies, and this is compounded by the fact that most destroyed crops fall to the ground and make harvesting more difficult. The most effective treatment against wheat stem sawflies is to use resistant varieties of grain, which have mostly solid stems, making them less suitable for hosts.